welcome to the Post-Human Podcast.
How are you, mate? How are you?
Do you know what's crazy? Is I already had a preloaded promo introduction, and I was like, "Oh shit! I've already said an introduction. How do we begin?" So he's back, folks. the host of the Jacked Up Movie Review podcast, and founder of CS Film, Cameron Sullivan.
How are you, sir? How are you?
I'm very good. You have to excuse that intro. I knew I'd fuck it up. I've got like a preloaded promo intro for a friend, and
who doesn't fuck up an intro, man? I mean,
well,
it's part of the fun of this. Is just you get to be your own editor. You can say, "No, I didn't say that." It's not like you're a senator who's like, "Oh, I don't recall giving that tabloid interview where."
Yeah, but I hate editing. I hate it. This is what I was saying just before the show. OBS Studios, you are a bitch. Anyway, how have you been? I've been following your stuff over Facebook since our last chat. Super impressed, as per.
Hoping to go from 3 episodes to 4, so we'll see what happens.
Well, one thing I've noticed, and I think this is genius, and I've called it out a few times, little tiny snippets, and I'd like to incorporate it myself, but I can't. It's impossible for me to do it. You have almost 2022 pre-planned.
Yeah.
In terms of what you're going to do, you've got every single show of what you're going to do for the rest of this year.
Yeah, no surprises, because I can't do the let's plan the next week in advance. I'm like, I don't know where I'll even be in the next week, if I'll be even working overtime, or so I might as well just get it done ahead of time, just because. And I always do a disclaimer, especially for talking about that they're doing is going to drop and this episode air for maybe like 3 months. Do a disclaimer is like, please note this movie wasn't available a week from and I don't ever feel guilty, because often the new movie is hardly as great as the rest of their library of topics. So it's just like, yeah, okay, we already reviewed the best of this never
I think it's
actor or filmmaker.
Genius move for a couple of reasons. One, you can pre-plan. 2, you've got that list out there, and if anyone sees it, they're like, I'd happily talk about that. So you can automatically gain guest revenue because they've already got a topic they're interested in, or film, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. I don't expect to make much from this show, but I know what you mean, where it's just like anyone who says, I can do an all-nighter, I'm like, no, you don't want to do an all-nighter. Trust me, you really don't. And the free episodes, we do that just because everyone's happy, It's like, hey, my episode aired. Oh, hey, the episode I'm in aired. Just so it's like, okay, I got 3 people happy, and anyone who did or didn't want to get into that topic is like, okay, well, there's something for everybody. At least there was something. There was one we talked about food. There was one we talked about a bug. There was one where we talked about a filmmaker. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, there's been a couple where I'm like, shit, I wished I'd got on that myself. I need to relook over your list, and I'm going to book in myself for one, because I've talked about a lot of films lately. I started off just,
you're a movie buff, dude,
talking shit, and then I started talking some conspiracies. Not that we still don't delve into it, but lately I've had like a lot of authors and a lot of people just wanting to discuss movies, and I mean, I love it. It's like brilliant.
You heard Emily Minshouse. She's at the What the Frick podcast, where she talks plenty of paranormal stuff and conspiracies. So
I've actually not. I might have to reach out. The only reason I said that I can't pre-plan my shows is because I just get guests,
Right. So they've already called a time slot, and you're like, I gotta stay true to that.
Yeah. Well, not even that. I can't pre-plan like 12 months the way you have.
Well,
it's impossible.
And plus you don't know what the guest is going to want to talk about and all that. So,
but I've seen a couple of people that have started podcasting or want to start podcasting, and I'm like, you should kind of use that template in a way, because it's such a good template.
oh no, man, we're gonna improvise it and hope they tune in.
That was I gave that advice for gaming. Someone wanted to do a gaming podcast, and I was like, well, you could just do a little 10-minute, whatever, and then pick the game. And
it's hard to tell gamers what to do because a lot of them will just kind of
game.
We're gonna talk shit for 20 minutes, and if you don't like it, fuck you. I'm like, Jesus, dude.
Well, the problem is, it's just gaming takes over, and it's sucks. I mean, I wished I could play games all day. I've missed out on so much VR lately.
Right. And we don't know what who's in the mood for whatever, and it's like, well, there's some games that are great on certain days and others that are just annoying because you get your ass handed to you by your friend who's better at that game.
Well, that was the other thing why I don't play games, because you could have a really bad day and then go, right, okay, let's go and kill it on Call of Duty, and you just get slaughtered, and then your bad day goes from bad to just
fucking kill everyone.
Yeah.
And I've had to tell people who are still brainwashed by that whole games inspire violence. I'm like, no, they keep it down.
Yeah, no, the rage quitting, that is what well, I wouldn't say
people who want to go,
it makes you pissed
commit
off,
a crime, they'll get inspiration wherever they want to get it, whether it's in a book or in some kind of visual medium. So like you say, this is like everyone likes to and then kind of like the guns, everyone likes to assume that person is just mentally, incapacitated. Is like, and then there's just some people is just like, well,
guns,
they were already lost it years ago. So it's just like, just blaming it on just that and this, and it's like, there's so many factors to it, people.
See, guns was one of the minor little topics I had on this small notepad. I'm a huge conspiracy fan, and today, for the first time in a long time, I tuned into Infowars.com. Host of Alex Jones. I like to get little conspiracies from there, as everybody knows. And I tuned in, and I caught just the last end of gun confiscation. Do you know any more about that? Because I don't know what the hell. I haven't been able to follow it up. But apparently there's some gun confiscation going on at the minute. I don't even know what state. I don't know the full ins and outs.
Everyone assumes that all their guns are being taken away. Is like, often if guns are being confiscated, it's because they're black market or whatever. So it's just like, yeah, get that shit off the streets.
Well, I wasn't sure of the full tale. It was just they were showing like the police and the armed, well, it weren't even the police, it was like the armed forces going into houses and then like rummaging through and then taking the guns. And I'm like, what's going on here? Bear in mind, I was watching this in the bath, and I was like, it's my only place I got to watch it at the time.
Everyone always assumes that because if the NRA were to go away, the guns would go away. And like, no, bullshit. There's always going to be pawn shops and everything, or someone, it's just like, everyone just assumes that if something's going away, everything's going away. And it's just like, no,
yeah, I think it's
always going to be something for everybody.
Something else I'll have to delve further into. I'll have to look more into it rather than trusting just 10 seconds of a InfoWars clip. Have you seen, here's a real movie question, because your show is based upon reviewing movies, so you should be up to date with everything. Have you seen,
let alone reviewing food?
Yeah, I need to review some food later on. I'm starving. Have you seen yet America the Motion Picture?
Yes, I did. I finally saw it, and
finally someone's seen
it. Was a day. It was a day after you told me. I was like, okay, good. Just in time for 4th of July.
Yeah. What did you think of it?
I was already a huge fan of Matt Callahan. People might know him for a lot of his intentionally ironic dialogue, like in Doom, like, I'm the sergeant, I'm not supposed to die, and the Expendables. And so it was just kind of fun just seeing him kind of just make fun of just so many tropes and politics and everything else. And I think he did it pretty well in an Archer, South Park kind of way, just
It's definitely made it as one of my top animations of the year so far. It's
the
pretty
animation
good.
really was well rendered, and the voice acting, I know some people were turned off by that. I'm like, they did pretty good. You didn't even know
Yeah.
that was so and so, and you don't even have to be a fan.
Yeah,
it's like,
I was a little bit confused. I didn't realize Simon Pegg for a start.
yeah,
Andy Samberg, didn't recognize that.
he did really good at masking him. I'm not a huge fan, but
Even Channing
anyone can be.
Tatum did pretty good.
Yeah, he totally played into the whole, ego-driven, George Washington, and that was perfect. And just making fun of that toxic masculinity and science versus politics, that was hysterical. And I know some people will just still be like, "Oh, that was distracting." I'm like, you guys are distracted by anything. They did pretty good at just making this entertaining.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's distracting. Not from like everyday life. I got up at like 4
I
in the
know.
morning and watched it.
And a lot of those people, they're going to be killjoys anyway. So it's just like,
I watched that before most people start their day. That's how I got started. I literally got started with my day. I watched it and I was like, wow. And my day was positive all day. It was a super good film. And there were so many little jokes as well in there. There's little like items left around. There was like a ping pong table, and obviously there was a pinball machine, and there was all sorts of just random little things scattered about which were never there in history whatsoever. And that was pretty funny.
right. And I mean, just to see just this whole spectacle and how they're even making fun of numerous movies like Transformers, Pacific Rim, Star Wars, most obviously.
Oh yeah, they tossed loads in.
I mean, and I'm sure maybe some British people might be offended by it. It's like, no, this is making fun of just how it's just, the British are lead and the Americans are so full of themselves.
Anyone that could get offended by that. If I meet an English person that gets offended by that, I'll be so shocked. Just about what? Like, the thing is, it's so far from the truth. I think
I know.
Only thing they get right is our teeth. We have fucked up teeth. It is driven hereditary through ourselves.
That was a nice touch. And just seeing how everyone is so spoiled and how they're like the Americans are such hypocrites. That was funny, and so blinded by their patriotism. And they're like, wait, what are we fighting for? You are going to get what we want past. Rain check.
I think if anything, there's probably a lot of other cultures that will get offended by it than the British. I think we're probably all good. Maybe there'll be some sort of posh snob from Cambridge or something.
They're fuckers. No, I'm just
kidding. Maybe him, or some like old lords. Yeah. Lord. So, what else have you seen lately on the subject of films?
Did you see Fatale with Michael Ealy and Hilary Swank? That's just kind of a noir, kind of just cop who's unstable and cheating basketball player turned talent agent who's just wondering who he can trust. Just another just kind of throwback to all those kind of noirs of set in LA, and it came out last year, and the trailer was pants, but I just thought, okay, but the talent involved,
have you watched Hobbs and Shaw yet?
Oh, I saw that in the theater. Yes I did. And
I'd seen
Tango and Cash, steroids.
I'd seen a little bit of it. I was sort of in and out of the room, and my partner was watching it. And
you saw The Room. Perfect. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, The Room is a brilliant film.
Yes, it is. Tommy was man.
Have you seen the film that they did with James Franco?
I actually haven't yet. I've only seen parts
really
of it.
Good.
Yeah,
James Franco's got a good role in that.
Right.
He was in something I watched the other day, and I was shocked. Can't remember what it was. Again, my brain's on overspill as per.
Yeah, you got a busy schedule, more busy than me.
Yeah, that's why I live on coffee and cannabis. It's you have to get the balance just right, otherwise it's
just right.
Yeah. I've seen somebody have a much better technique than me. They had a can. They had like an energy drink can, and then like a 4-hour energy, like,
damn.
and then they just mashed it together. It's like a 17-hour energy or some shit like that.
Oh, there you go.
You look like you
ever...
could... Oh yeah, I've
Sorry,
tried them. Yeah, I drink them all the time. Pretty good.
Did you even see The Tomorrow War?
No, I've not seen that either. There's been
I know
a few
some people
films that
weren't sure because it was kind of
yet.
obscured, and it was just kind of a fun mashup of Edge of Tomorrow and Aliens and just Stargate, even, you know, just with that whole time travel and go through a gate. And I got, you know, other family members to sit down for it, so that says a lot, you know. So
okay, I'll have to delve into that one. There's a few lately that I've needed to watch on Netflix. That Love and Monsters.
Love and Monsters. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a weird sort of post-apocalyptic film, and there's like giant bugs and shit.
Oh yeah. I heard about that. That was one of like the first few to go to video on demand and streaming, and yeah.
Again, I started watching it and I fell asleep.
Yeah,
it was.
Well, and truth be told, you knew something was wrong when everyone was caught up on all the direct video and straight to streaming versus the theatrical ones. It's like everyone's so reliant on going to the theater. I'm like, it's cool. I kind of gave up the theater for a while just because tickets were outrageous.
Oh yeah,
it was worth my time. That just made me say
alone.
I had to. Yeah, and it's like I'm gonna get the chocolate covered almonds, and it's like. And then everyone else wants to order pizza and popcorn. I'm like, Jesus, this is a $60 visit. This is fucking ridiculous. And everyone just acts like they missed something. I'm like, well, then what's the point of getting your whole home video system that with 1080, you know, 4K and all that shit? It's like,
oh yeah, it's loads better.
Yeah, I think so. I can pause it. A movie I hate can last 5 seconds. I skim through it. You know, it's just I don't have to waste 2 hours of my life.
You ever tried watching a film on like times plus 1.5 speed or times 2 speed?
Absolutely, yeah. With the PS3 and 4, yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I've seen people. I've like heard of people that are doing it. And a lot of younger people are doing it, and I'm like,
it really does, because you only have so much time, and if you got, you know, especially if you're doing it for a podcast, it's like, would you rather just give a complete review or just skim through the you know, season or the movie and just say, well, you know, I failed to find anything significant in this, but you know, at least when someone brings up a topic about that part, you don't sound, you know, uneducated, and at the same time you can still say I saw it all, and it's all, you know, bullshit to me. So
The Watchmen's one of my favorite films, and I watched it in like times 1.5 speed.
And yeah, because all that slow motion is like, I don't need to see that in
it was
slowed down.
Great film, but I was like, it didn't quite have its edge. But I was like, I can watch. It's like my favorite, one of my favorite films. So I was like, at least I can find a way to watch it quicker if I do want to watch it again.
Exactly. And like you say, I mean, it seems like filmmakers, they always have it bad. People just don't understand how this process happens, and everyone just is instantly on the chopping block. And I have to tell some people, it's like, whoa, don't just blow off that filmmaker who's
about with videos today. I have a deep appreciation for filmmakers,
right,
and editors and all of them, because it's hard work.
Oh, and there's this one gal who I've seen. She's an actress, but she's basically a featured extra, because almost all her scenes, you know, she's credited and all, but almost all of her scenes, you know, barely last anything more than like one line and everything. And so whenever I see certain actors being snobs, is like, yeah, well, you might have made it, but I guarantee you the editors or directors don't really care for you, because you're not even talking in the same scene that you're in, probably dubbed. You know, you can be replaced. So don't confuse I'm successful with, you know, people actually think I'm a good actor. You know, there's plenty of people have hated for years, and, you know, people are professional. They don't say anything, you know. This person was on Queen of the South and Longmire. I definitely don't recall her talking at all in Queen of the South. And Longmire, you know, I'm a black market doctor, don't shoot, you know. That was like one line, and she wasn't even seen speaking in the same scene. So, I mean, and same thing with even directors. There's times where it's like, oh man, that's out of focus, you know, so the producer makes notes, don't invite that person back, that looked terrible. You know? That episode was rough to edit. So, I mean, and like you say, it seems like people just think the first few names that I see, you know, those are entirely responsible for the whole movie. It's like, well, it could have just been a poorly done, movie to begin with. Like the script wasn't there. No one ever thinks about the script. It's like, and it sucks even more when you realize action isn't even detailed in the script. It's all just the simple lines and everything. Yeah, and sometimes it's just improv. And it's just like, it's just like what you think is all there is like a lot of it is just found in the editing studio. So
I think, I know excuse me, Stanley Kubrick said that was his favorite part of like making films, was not the recording or the shooting, it was the editing process, which is quite strange because you'd think that, he'd be all up for pissing about with the lenses, and obviously he used to make models and shit like that.
Yeah, with all his multiple takes, you would think that was what he cared about most, and the editors had their work cut out for him. But he was all about that is all that matters, and it really is all that matters, because it's like people just, again, they assume that because the enjoyability that they see on screen, the movie was great to make. Is like, no, it was pain in the ass. There was reshoots from weather, to actor, I love Gerard Butler to death, but I heard plenty of people who said on Geostorm one of the many problems is he kept forgetting his lines, and I've heard the same about Sandra Bullock, and it's because they're both busy producing, and just people make simple mistakes. I've heard plenty of stories about Russell Crowe.
Well, I mean,
they couldn't get a single line out of him.
You talk about the weather. Well, the Revenant was like half put off because of the weather, wasn't it? Because of all the shit filming and.
I heard so many people working overtime, not even getting paid. And I was just like, and I don't even consider that acting if people are actually freezing to death. And I was just like, fuck that. I mean, if
hyper realistic, obviously.
Hyper realistic, but they could have done it in a studio. It's just everyone assumes we should do it with computers. It's like, no, get the fucking snow machine out. Just get it done.
we can make indoor fucking oh my god, my brain's really dead tonight. What the
and people no, and I think that's just it. The studios are brain dead, dude. Like when you do an indie sci-fi, everyone assumes you got to spend so much on effects. It's like, or you can just get the premise right and people will watch. People would prefer you don't use that much graphics. And anytime you're doing something, everyone always assumes you're ripping off Star Wars, Twilight Zone, or even Track. I'm like, well, you got to have a basis somewhere. How do you know I'm not referencing Forbidden Planet or The Time Machine? It's just like, fuck's sake. Just
do you think
people need to get their head out of their ass?
Do you think any other film series based upon books will ever be as big as Harry Potter in terms of the longevity?
I think
it was like 7 books, 8 films. I don't think it's
follow up to that. I think studios are gonna just keep kind of just. I knew that when you promoted movies on posters, let alone to even investors, you always did the, this is so and such meets this, like this is, you compare 2 movies to promote that movie, like this is Rain Man meets, whatever. And
I'd love to have seen that second answer.
Beautiful Mind. There you go. There's a real movie, but this is John Wick meets The Equalizer. Yeah, it's just like everyone has to compare something. So I think that's just it. Everyone's gonna anything that's like a fantasy book series. Everyone's still not gonna know what to do with it and just kind of steal from the whole, like you say, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Hunger Games, Divergent template, and it's like, for fuck's sake. So there isn't gonna be anything. Everyone's gonna either see this because it looks like that other thing they like, or not see it at all because they hate those kind of movies. So it's just like, Jesus. So even if it is a good standalone movie, you just can't not compare it to anything else. It's like, Jesus. So
it's kind of why horror films are so bad nowadays.
Oh yeah,
it's just a template.
I don't do Shudder streaming network. I'm like, most of that shit I've already seen on Prime or YouTube, or already have the Blu-ray of that cheesy zombie movie. So why do I need to see it on a streaming platform? Everyone acts like it's the only place to find horror. I'm like, no, it is not.
Nah, Blue Moon.
Yeah, Full Moon, Blue Moon.
Yeah,
there you go.
Oh, yeah, it's Full Moon, isn't it? Blue Moon, I think, was a porn channel years ago. There was an offshoot.
That sounds like a dirty. Well, I mean, they did plenty of those kinds of movies.
Yeah, I think at one point it might have been a dirty offshoot version. Some of those films were pretty good, corny, but corny and cheesy. But it was pretty funny if you look back now.
Totally.
Horror porn vibes that were just terrible. terrible acting, terrible sex scenes.
Oh.
Have you ever watched any films in VR? Have you managed to yet? I think I might have asked you last
In
time.
VR?
Yeah,
In
VR.
VR?
VR.
Virtual reality?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought we was doing some sort of thing back and forth there.
VR. As close as I've gotten was with 3D in the theater, and those were each time I always threw my glasses at the screen, whether it was Hobbit 2 or Avatar.
Really? Why?
I
got some here, the shitty old ones.
I already wear glasses as it is, and I guess every movie I saw in 3D, it just, it distracted from me because I'm always paying attention to the story. And if I don't like the story, I don't bounce, I gotta be somewhat interested in the ideas or the gimmick, and if you just add actors and scenery and visual effects to cover up that there's not much story, then I don't play that. Homie don't play that. So
I say I only seen one at the cinema in 3D. It wasn't really anything worth shouting about. It's kind of why I get that it didn't take off in like homes, houses and shit.
It was like people trying to recreate what had briefly been experimented with in the 50s and even parts of the 80s, and it's just like, and and it won't last on home video. It's not gonna. So
I think one of the original 3D films from the 80s was Friday the 13th Part 3.
Yeah, Jaws free even did that. Empire Pictures did a few. I think there was one with Tim Thomerson that was like a post-apocalyptic, Mad Max knockoff.
I don't know about that. I haven't seen that one.
I forget the name of it. I haven't even seen it, but I've heard about it. How everyone, and it's like the Blu-ray finally presented both the 3D version and the regular converted version. So it's like they're getting there. It just only took them, over 30 years to have the 3D experience at home. But I don't, like you say, I don't think anyone even does that at home. I think everyone's just distracted with it in the theater, and then it just, like you say, it didn't catch on. And they're always attempting it, but it was pointless because they didn't even get the first part right, which is you must film the movie in IMAX type cameras. It's like, Jesus.
Obviously, you're a fan of Tarantino. Did you manage to catch him in the latest Joe Rogan episode?
No, but I saw people sharing that on various other Instagram places with the quote, just showing how he wants Uma Thurman's daughter, Maya Hawke, to play. Jesus.
Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to talk. Like, I was gonna. What would if you was to? Because he's not really done a horror film.
Yeah, he hasn't really gone there.
And it's the only. Obviously, it's done well. Kind of Dusk Till Dawn, but that.
That's as close as. I mean, he has horror elements and like Hateful Eight, but I know what you mean. Where it's just like, he only does it here and there, and I mean, just like how he kind of has a bit of everything in his movies: action, crime, drama, and mystery, comedy. Even. Yeah,
a lot of comedy.
Definitely dark comedy in a lot of his movies. Yeah, and so I mean, like you say, I wouldn't mind seeing him try something like that. It's, as long as it's not Diary of the Dead where he shows up as a voice cameo.
Yeah.
Romero, not at his best.
No. It's a strange one because you couldn't imagine him being a voice actor. Like he's got.
You haven't? He did some voiceovers in some cartoons years ago, like Duck Dodgers and all that. So there you
go. I don't think I've seen that.
It's all right. I didn't like it.
Is that like a 90s, early 2000s, like
Cartoon
early
Network original? Yeah, Looney Tunes. So.
One cartoon that I've been meaning to bring up several shows now because I've talked a little bit about animation as well over the last couple of shows, and I kept forgetting its name. Have you ever seen Stripperella?
Only the trailers for it and probably 5 seconds of it while channel surfing. I was just like, okay, so Stan Lee, you got a weird mind.
Yeah, that Pamela Anderson's in it. She plays like the.
It was like Spike TV
lead,
original.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. There's not many people that have watched it, but
wasn't the same people who did Drawn Together or something.
Oh, someone's actually heard of Drawn Together as well. Shit.
Oh yeah, I knew so many people in high school who were watching that nonstop on Comedy Central. Basically, that's all they watched was Adult Swim.
I liked it, but I didn't think it was amazing. I've actually got like most of them on DVD from way back when.
Didn't they do like a movie of it or something?
Yeah, I can't remember how many seasons they did. It wasn't no more than 5, I don't think. That was a really cool one. And like Ren and Stimpy and shit.
Maybe it was the same people who did that. I know Tom Kenny of SpongeBob fame did some voiceovers for all those, and I think
he's done everything.
He said that's the best part about being a voice actor is, it's not like a mainstream kind of cartoon where you got to be worried about what kind of cartoons you're voicing and all that. Is like you just gotta,
I only learned this is fucking almost embarrassing. Is I didn't realize until late last year that it was Tom Kenny doing the voice for SpongeBob. Didn't even have a Yep. I'm a huge fan of him, but I just never pieced it, never thought about it, never even crossed my mind.
Yeah, I mean,
big shock.
And sorry, I was just remembering. I think he got teased a few different times for doing different kinds of voices, and it was just like, man, why are people? When did we get into it where people just like shame each other? It's just like acting is acting. It's like, jeez.
Well, it's art. That's all it is. And people make some weird fucking art nowadays. Do you know one thing that they've made? Cardboard pop-up desks.
Really?
Yeah, they sell them on Amazon.
I guess
and they're not relatively cheap. They're not really cheap either. It's literally made out of cardboard. Folds out. You can put it away.
I guess if they don't want a desk to be broken.
I think the homeless should start creating like podcast studios on the street with them that are like portable.
That'd be cool.
Because there's a lot of
build a house out of cardboard.
Well, there's obviously a big homeless problem.
There's always going to be that everywhere, and good luck getting politicians to care about that because they're too busy,
But I watch like a lot of comedy stuff, and there's always like homeless people trying to get on.
Yeah.
Like the shows and stuff, like live acts. So obviously, what I think they should do is the homeless should like get one of these cardboard desks and start podcasting and interviewing all the people that are queuing up for comedy clubs.
There you go. This is the homeless podcast.
Yes.
Voices of the streets brought to life, and they'd interview graffiti artists, local drug dealers.
It could work. I thought about getting a pop-up desk. Who knows? It'd just be a ball ache carrying all your gear around in a bag and then setting it up. And if it rained, you'd be pretty screwed. That'd be the only drawback. And the fact I've got a PC tower, not a laptop. So just put that fucker on it and it just fold.
Nice.
Did you see that? Obviously, back onto like animations, like the Simpsons predictions.
I watched it, I think, back in high school, and then I kind of just stopped. I don't know if it was I was growing out of cartoons and really only watching stuff by the closest I do now is kind of Pixar and occasional DreamWorks. I don't seek it out, but when I do, like I think I did see what was like the third to last Pixar one, Soul. That was good, but
yeah,
I don't
think I've actually heard of
that. Tina Fey, Jamie Foxx, but yeah, it was just it had a good soundtrack by Trent Reznor and Nine Inch Nails and Atticus Ross. So it's like, okay.
I haven't listened to any Nine Inch Nails in a very long time.
And I think you'd dig their new albums, especially Come Back Haunted.
I didn't even know they were still going. That's kind of
they're
crazy.
always going, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that music video was even directed by David Lynch. So
David Lynch.
Oh, come on. Twin Peaks, Lost Highway, Elephant Man.
The
Velvet.
Oh, yeah.
Dune.
Yeah. Oh, Dune. I think they're making a remake of that, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
James Vanab of Prisoners and Sicario fame and Blade Runner 2049. So, yeah.
That could be pretty good.
Yeah. I did see 2049 in the theater and even Sicario too. And I was just like,
I've not seen Sicario 2 yet.
I think you dig it. I mean, some people didn't like it as much, but I mean, just the fact that it kind of covered even just kind of more abroad terrorism and just that they revisited that world and kind of like Equalizer. I was kind of surprised because they kind of claimed they were going to try and do a third one, and I haven't heard shit on it lately. So I don't know if they just felt like it was one and two and done, and they didn't need to revisit
in a different language. Isn't it in Mexican?
Parts of it. I mean,
yeah.
It's no more subtitled than the last one.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if I'd started watching it or not, and then
it was kind of cool because I mean Benicio del Toro's Hitman is
it is
technically the hero this time.
Yep.
So that's kind of the twist.
I did watch a little bit, but then I'd completely forgot about it, and then do you know when you watch a film and then you go, I'll get back into that, and because you get distracted through the day. And then you just forget about it and move on.
On occasion, especially if it was a movie where it didn't have much plot. That one had a plot, but I mean, there's other ones where it's like, did I see that? They're especially if you're binge watching movies all day, then it's just like, I'm gonna subtract a few of these. And there's others where it's like I may as well have not seen it because I don't remember anything about it. So it's like,
what about Machete? Do you like that with Danny Trejo?
Definitely like the score. I'm kind of bigger.
I love the music.
I'm bigger on Badass, that other Danny Trejo trilogy, where he's playing the homeless veteran guy who's going around. Not a fan?
No, I am a fan.
Okay. Yeah, he has Danny Glover as his partner, and I thought that was fun.
He's a cool guy,
especially part 2 where they're fighting Andrew Divoff of Wishmaster and another 48 Hours fame. That was fun.
Even then, Wishmaster's a brilliant film. I tried to get my partner to watch it, but she wasn't really into it.
It's not easy to introduce. Some people find it funny for the wrong reasons, and others find it funny for the right reasons. I'm like, it's just a badass movie. I'm sorry.
There's not many films that have gins in, like horror films.
And it kind of got me interested again in like Egyptian stuff. I always kind of was, but it kind of sucked. I was like, the most people think of is like sphinxes, tombs, and mummies, and it's like, but there's more to that folklore.
Oh yeah, there's tons. I watched loads of documentaries about Egypt, probably too many. Did you know that there's a lake under the Great Pyramid?
I vaguely recall hearing about that, and it seems like everyone just is so obsessed with only people like King Tut. I'm like, that's like just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh yeah. His sister was meant to have been was it his sister or cousin? Might have been his sister, but apparently all the treasure that was in his tomb, most of that was hers. Like apparently she was a bit good. I know, that's another savagery to history. For the patriarchy. Mm-hmm.
Right. How dare we get that
one get out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most of it was. I watched like a 4 or 5 hour documentary on that, and there was like they found that some of the hieroglyphs had basically been like forged and changed, and most of it was a lot of it was hers, which was kind of.
I bet.
Yeah, he just inherited some of it. Yeah, it was a very cool documentary. They got into a lot of stuff though, and then it went down the rabbit hole of
like ancient aliens where we're making shit up now.
Well, they was talking about like genetics and the mythological creatures, like the chimera type things.
Stuff that makes you wonder where you're citing this.
Yeah, and they were saying that basically before the Great Flood, there was all these fucking animals and mythological creatures and
Noah's Ark
killing us, and then luckily the flood came and fucked them all up. That was the that was the underlying tone. Got any thoughts on that?
I kind of take it with a grain of salt. I mean, obviously scientists dedicate their lives to it, and then like you say, then there's other ones where it's like, seriously, how did you find that out?
Well, they're like basing it on pictures, they're saying because we're fucking with our DNA now that hey, the aliens must have fucked with ours.
Oh,
And
God, the damn aliens.
then
Everyone's like, there has to have been. I'm
the
like,
animals, you know, they had to get them correct. You know, that's how you got an eagle crossed with a lion or whatever the fuck it was, or part goat, because it was, you know, trial and error. They didn't get it right
like
because it was just like us.
Well, and then right, and then there's like biblical scientists, and it's like, well, that's a weird mixture, but okay.
The Bible is a strange one. I want to try and read the Bible, but I know it's crazily long, but I just want to read it for my own, like.
And then there's adultery in it and everything. It's
yeah,
and everyone's like,
stuff.
The fact that parents frown when they see kids or even people commit this, and it's like, well, to be fair, it is in the Bible.
I just want to look at it from like my own perspective, because I didn't, you know, I got taught Christianity.
That's how it's meant to be. It's not meant to be used to excuse, you know, Christians getting away with murder or cutting off other groups because they're the only holy, you know, creatures in the galaxy in their minds. So it's just like, Jesus, you know, it's just like when people use politics and religion to abuse and their privileges, that's when it's fucked up, and it's done more often than not. So it's just like, I just got to that point. That's pretty much it. It's just like, if you do something and you fall back on that as a shield, you know, that's not cool. That shouldn't be your holy sword.
Well, the problem is like history has always been wrote by the victors as well. You know?
Yeah. Rewrite.
The losers got wiped out. They couldn't write shit, like most of the time.
Write out anything with Judaism in it or gay people. And it's like, Jesus.
I mean, again, this is why I like look into a lot of like Greece and Egypt and shit like that. That was like predated. Like,
yeah, everyone's like, we can't be animals again. I'm like, oh well, we've always been animals in some fashion. I mean, and you can go back to ancient Greece. It's like, that's the perfect example of today's Senate get-togethers. People accusing each other of being traitors, and it's like, Jesus.
Well, the people are comparing the rise and fall of like Rome and Greece to like what's happening now, but I don't think that's the case.
I don't think it ever will be the case, but it got pretty close where it's just like, okay, yeah, but still, you brainwash a bunch of people through the internet and get them to just kind of feel, you know, it's just amazing how they feel like the election is stolen, so they must go and steal the election. This is like, Jesus Christ.
That's still going on. How is it still going on? It's fucking crazy. I hear about it in the UK. I bet you guys are fucking sick of it. Like, oh, but it's killing you.
It really is. And I mean, you guys got it bad in Britain where you got some people who wanted to be a police state. It's like, fucking hell no. I don't want it to be 1984, you know, where everything is enforced and, you know, just the simplest offense. Oh, you're going to jail for life. You smuggled some drugs. You know, it's like, what?
Didn't they reduce petty crime in Seattle to like petty theft or something is like under X amount is just.
I guess like, so, but I mean, they always act like crime rates are going up everywhere, and a lot of them have even involved cops, you know, ratting out other bad cops, and yet the narrative they always force is, oh, you know, there's a lot of armed criminals. I'm like, then,
well, we need
why don't you have better gun control in that state? Oh, but we need our guns. The government's going to take them away from us. I'm like, okay, so you guys are just schizos, you know, you're just fear mongers.
Metahumans. That's what we need.
Metahumans.
We need Aquaman.
Yeah. Aquaman, yeah, there you go.
It was
superheroes.
It will solve all the problems.
Wouldn't that be funny if everyone just got together and was like, I'm waiting for a superhero that doesn't even exist to arrive and help us? And I don't know. People seem to think that what they see on TV applies to today. Is like TV is exaggerated for a reason. It's fiction, guys, and it's like, Jesus. I'm sure. Do you watch the show Line of Duty?
No, I don't know.
That talks about a bunch of, you know, vice cops, you know, taking down other bad apples, and of course the main ones who are main perpetrators of it always get away, and so they pretty much just take down the mascots, the face of it. It's like, but the ones in it are just so high up, you're literally going to have to shoot them dead if you want something done. You just won't find any dirt on them. They're so good at covering their tracks, you know?
On the talk of superheroes, Did you watch Invincible?
Invincible.
The animation?
No, it didn't. Stan Lee's
Ooh.
Invincible.
No, it's not Stan Lee. It's I don't even think it's. I think I'm not. It's not
okay, I'm seeing
DC.
it. Amazon. Okay.
Yeah, it's the Amazon Prime. I don't know what company made it.
It's by the guy who did Walking Dead, so Robert Kirkman. Stephen Yeun from Walking Dead is also.
Oh yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
So you watch a lot of cartoons, I take it.
Well, I watch a lot of everything. That's why I'm always tired. That's why my brain's always dead. It's always processing too much crap.
Yeah.
Between the animation and the alien shit and Hollow Earth and just goes.
Yeah, IGN gave it an 8 out of 10, saying most surprising superhero series due to the unexpected gore and character dynamics. So there you go.
I'm not going to say anymore because it was amazing. If you haven't seen it, just watch it. You'll be highly shocked. Just don't even think about the gore. Ignore
8 episodes. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, and they're going to do another season as well. So it's.
Oh, totally. Oh, nice. Battle Beast, voiced by Michael Dorn. So there you go. There's the Star Trek.
There's some really good J.K. Simmons, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I'm seeing Mahershala, Walton Goggins. There you go.
Oh yeah, Walton Goggins. Yeah, he's a really good actor.
Always, yeah.
I liked him in. He was in a series called Principals.
Yeah, Vice Principals.
Vice Principals. Yeah,
Presidents. My bad. Yeah.
With Danny McBride.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty good.
Oh, nice. They have a principal voiced by Reginald Vale Johnson, Sergeant Powell, and Die Hard. That's awesome.
There's a lot. The voice cast's amazing. I'm trying to think who else is in the voice cast now. Jason, what's his name?
Statham. I'm just kidding.
No, Jason Statham.
I have so many people. I remember this one big, giant guy who claimed he knew martial arts, and he's like, "I want to be Jason Statham." He's like, "Well, you're bald. That's all you got in common with him. You got to lose some weight, buddy." He was a total British prick who basically got around on free rent and just taking advantage of people. He was a scumbag.
No, and claimed he was like the next Jason
Statham. It's like, yeah, well, Jason Statham has an ego. I don't hear about him being a dick to people, so that's something. So.
I think he's meant to be a super nice guy.
I've heard the same thing. Yeah, I mean, that's why him and The Rock did all these things by themselves or together, because they couldn't stand Vin Diesel, who was just too much. So it was like, okay, yeah.
I think it's kind of crazy that they've gone into space on the new one.
What do you expect? What do you expect?
What do you think the next play will be? I've asked that to a few people.
Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's the second answer for that.
Because they're both Universal, and then someone else said Cats. I'm like, go for it. Badly animated.
Cats.
You know, that awful musical stage play turned movie.
That's what you meant.
Yeah, because they're both by Universal. Yeah, so it's like years ago, I thought Statham was going to play the transporter facing off with them. I thought that would have been funny.
Yeah,
he was like attached to Transformers at one point because he was dating the blonde gal who I guess he's married to now or something, who was in part 3 of. So I was like, okay, perfect. Jason Statham fought in Transformers.
I could have imagined him in that role. Yeah, I could have imagined him doing the transporter role in Fast and the Furious, to be honest.
Yeah, you could basically have him transporting the guys and
transporting the guy. It's meant to be a super cool martial artist in real life. Like, it's meant to be a pretty.
He was a
pretty legit guy,
Olympic swimming trainer. Yeah. So
I think he was a diver as well.
Something like that.
I'm pretty sure he did diving, and he was fucking amazing at it.
Oh yeah.
I was going to ask another question.
No, I'm just kidding. No. When in doubt, no.
But I lost.
I did not have affairs with that person. What? No.
that now you are throwing me off guard.
This person who I don't even know.
What film are you looking forward to the most this year?
Matrix 4. I'm gonna get some shit for that.
I'm looking forward to that too.
The Resurrection title I could do without, but whatever. It is what it is. You know, it's just like, okay. But I'm just a huge cyberpunk guy. I don't know if you ever did any of that.
Yeah, I like Cyberpunk.
Because I mean, just the whole, I mean, everything. Blade Runner, RoboCop, just
Yeah, no,
just plays into what we like.
LARPing and shit as well. Like,
yeah,
I've got like some steampunk goggles over there that was on this top hat.
Oh yeah, that's a good point too. I mean, steampunk. You see so much of that design in just certain stuff, and just like, yeah, I mean, that's a big part of. You can tell any of these guys where they're watching anime or something. It's like, or reading William Gibson. It's like, or even just H.G. Wells. It's like, yeah.
I like some of the mechanical stuff you can get, like some of the old like water distillers and shit.
And
like
they had
that.
some of that in America the Motion Picture, and I thought that was hysterical. You know, anime guys are totally going to ravel over that. You know.
Do you know, like, it sounds ridiculous, but do you know, like, Wild Wild West?
It blows your mind too when you realize that was meant for the Superman Lives movie that never got made.
But there was kind of some steampunk-ish stuff in that, you know, his mechanical
totally.
bike, and
I mean, the show itself kind of was that way, but it was very simple. Where you just had stagecoaches that were, you know, rocket propelled or something like that.
Oh yeah, giant. Rocket propelled. What do you think about the hypersonic missiles that are coming out at the minute? You heard much about that?
Hypersonic missiles.
Yeah, hypersonic. Fast. Too fast.
Holy fuck. Oh my god. Well, I don't like how they're in Russia's hands. So.
Yeah, they're in China's as well. And America, I've heard, have developed some sort of technology to stop it, which is crazy and fast.
Yeah, I hate to think what we would do if we had it in our hands. It's like, Jesus, you know.
Well, I've heard that you guys have got some sort of giant laser that's floating around the Earth, and at any given moment, it'll just plummet the doomsday bomb.
No, that's bullshit.
Well, being laser, and it was wipe out.
We don't have any
50
lasers.
miles. They had Elon put it up there when he was in that Tesla. That's what that Tesla's going around orbit for. Keep an eye on the laser.
It's going to be hard to buy Elon Musk. He's got like a unaffordable price on everything.
Have you seen his latest house? It's like a little cube, like one of those.
I'm just wondering if he's going to try and buy Bezos.
Well, I don't know. Him and Richard Branson are pretty pally at the moment.
Yeah.
There was that picture of them lately, and he's just gone into space. Richard Branson. So, well, it's kind of space.
Might as well.
Kind of space. But Elon's cool, man. He's a out there guy.
And he's high as fuck.
Well, probably is. You'd have to be
smoking.
Wow. He did like once, and the stock price went down and then straight back up like crazily. The way in which the whole Bitcoin market went up when I got in, and crazily now it's gone down. It's that shit really needs to go back up sometime soon. Even for me to just quickly cash out myself. Nah, I wouldn't cash out. Holding that shit.
Right. Everyone wants to. What do you think about investing? Because it seems like that happens too, where people are getting ripped off by numerous apps. It's like, well, it already had a bad rating, so why did you download and invest in it? You know.
Yeah, there's a few apps lately that I've not been scammed by, but I've bought and they've worked for a bit, and now, like with my audio earlier on, you know, I've complained like 7 times, and I'm like, do we just fuck this one off? Get some
never ending.
Yeah, that's the problem with podcasting. It seems to be an endless supply of updates and shit that you need to sort out, and it's one of the joys. Man, that chair looks super comfortable.
It is. It's great.
What is it, like a leather reclining chair?
Something like that.
I need to again, I've got like a desk chair, but you know, it's not fun.
You got a cooler studio than me though, dude.
Yeah, it gets warm though, because it's like dark wood. It gets stupidly hot. It gets like 34 degrees centigrade in
Part of
here.
the life. Part of the life.
Yeah, I did a show once, and it was so hot that I had to have this little bandana next to me, and I had to keep like dripping my head. Well, my head was, I was just sweating buckets. I had to keep like mopping my brow because sweat was beading into my eyes, and I was like trying to talk, and I was almost crying because obviously I had these salty tears going into my fucking, you know, it was, sorry, it's just so salty sweat going into my tear ducts. Yeah, it was a fucking hot one. So I was literally like, oh, it's fucking terrible that day. So it's a cool studio, but it's going to be boiling hot in summers, and in winter, I'm probably going to freeze my tits off. I'm dreading it. Severely dreading it. Well, listen, it's you're a very sleepy person by the looks of it. I can see that.
Am I coming off as that? Jeez.
No, you look pretty tired, my friend.
Yeah, it's all good. What's fun? Ironically, I just got up, so it's like, why should I be tired?
Oh, really? Oh, so it's the other way around. Man, that's late, man. Was you on it last night? Casting and shit?
Well, it's more just because I do a half a midnight shift. You know, technically I would be working right already now, but I do a half a midnight shift, so I just try and sleep during the day and get up at around 4 or 5.
Man, I wished I could do that. That's the dream.
It's not easy. You just have to basically drug yourself on magnesium and melatonin and just
magnesium.
Right? Yeah.
Huh.
It makes it more gentle and strengthens your bones.
I can't get melatonin, which sucks because it's not regulated in the UK, but magnesium is I've not heard of that.
You want to pop them both and just
that...
2 to 3 and just I wasn't keen on going back to melatonin at first, but there were nights where it's like I can't fucking sleep. I don't know why. My brain's not. I haven't even been looking at screens for a while, but my brain can't go to sleep. But it's just kind of it dopes up yourself to just
sit there and think about what you've said, like during the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like you go, oh man, did I fuck up? And then you forget everything that you've said and have to, you know, and
you can't go back to that moment. Yeah. And then when you want to say it, it's like, well, everyone's already dissolved. So, I mean,
I used to post my shows at night just before I go to sleep.
Oh, jeez.
And then obviously I do no editing, and then I'd have a drink and I'd be like, boom, let's lay that down. We're done. And then I'd go and lie down and I'd feel sleepy. And then I'd just be like, man, what did I say? Did I fuck any of that up? And then boom, like 45 minutes, an hour of just constant thinking, like bollocks, to the point where it's all like nonsense, really. You wake up the next day and you go, oh yeah, no, that was a good show. Like just utterly convince yourself.
You're right. Even though it was like you could have gone one more moment to just review everything, look for typos.
Well,
it's like
I don't know about
that. I know what you mean though, where it's just like, you know, what's done is done, you know. So it's like,
oh yeah, it's too late. I was gutted. I had to edit one of my shows. It was like 3 hours long, and I had to edit it down to an hour. It was not even
painful.
It wasn't for my benefit, but it was a fucking amazing show. I was super gutted.
You don't know if you want to do a 2-parter or
no, I had to completely delete it.
What?
Yeah, I had to delete the audio for well, not even for my legal reasons. It's you know,
the guests have been misbehaving, so you're just like won't even upload it.
Oh well,
I did that once. Sorry, go ahead.
No, carry on.
I did that once where I was podcasting with a podcaster, and then her husband was just being such a dick. And I was just like, okay, if you keep being a dick, I'm not going to upload your wife's guest spot on my episode. He's like, God, take your fucking stupid podcast off my podcast. I'm like, okay, I warned you, fucker.
I haven't had anything. I mean,
there's some snobs, and so it's just like either block them or just don't let them join various groups.
Oh yeah,
I hate it even more when you see they don't even seem like they're even watching your show. They just promoted their show in your show's group. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, I promote shit all the time. If you've got me as a fucking friend on any platform and it comes in my feed, I'm like, boom, share immediately. It's the fucking
Right.
polite thing to do, you know.
Mhm.
But certain people, you know,
You had to delete this episode. They just were in some legal heat.
well,
You probably can't say, so I'm just.
there's my show. I don't edit it. You know, I was drinking. There was a bit of drink involved, but there's compromising yourself, and there's compromising yourself. And obviously, it's a good job I didn't drop it. But then the next day, obviously, I was pretty fucked, so I just left it as is. Didn't edit, didn't do nothing, just went to bed. I had done like 2 shows that day back to back, so I was pretty knackered. And obviously I went to bed, and the next morning obviously got a message, oh, can you remove this and this and this? And I was like, yeah, it's cool. But then after I was like cutting through it, it was one of the very few times where I had to listen back to any of my shit. And then when I was looking back, I was like, man, some of this is really good. I'm like, do I keep it or do I delete it? But I was like, nah, I'll have to delete it. I wish I'd have kept it, you know, but you never know. Blackmail might come in handy one day. I'm just joking, people.
That's just it too. You might have some other thing you might want to avoid down the road. So yeah, it's like play it
well, safe. Shit happens sometimes, but that sucks though. If like you do one with a female and her husband's there and he's a dickhead, that's the worst. I've not had anything like that so far.
She's okay as a person and a podcaster, but they also were very ignorant. It's like, I'm just now seeing Star Wars in this. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Star Wars.
It's like, where have you guys been? And I don't know. I see some of those podcasters who are way too easygoing, and I'm like, guys, this movie's gonna suck. There's nothing about the plot or thing. Oh, I still want to see it.
What do you mean about easygoing, and in what sort of way?
They're just very laid back and easy to please. I'm like, eventually you gotta criticize something. It can't all be good and it can't all be bad, but come on, there's an in between line.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love being criticized. It makes me work harder.
Right?
That's
telling me I'm awesome is like, that doesn't tell me anything. It's like, I don't even know that you're necessarily even listening. You're just telling me that by default. So it's like, come on.
Well,
don't inflate our egos, please don't.
What are they basing it off? What why?
Yeah, well, what is their criteria?
Yeah. Well, who are you comparing me to first? You know, who's above me on this list and who's below me on this list, and then we'll reevaluate this list and see where I should be in terms of awesome. I mean, there's plenty of awesome people on the planet. You know, what is there? 9 billion people currently on Earth, some shit like that. You know, we're probably down there in the top 1 million or some bullshit like that. If you want to put it to a real fucking number of what we do, there's millions of podcasts out there, like millions. So we are who we are. But no, you shouldn't inflate anybody's ego, because then I don't know. Could drive the show the wrong way. Do you know what I mean?
It really can too. Oh my god, this is the best. And I did have to. It was really hard when I had some pals who wanted to be on here just by default, and it's just like, well, why do you want to be on here? And they couldn't tell me why. And it's like knowing how unevolved their addiction was.
Yeah. I've asked a few friends to be on. They've just been like, and then like I said, I've got someone coming over tomorrow. It's all cool. He wanted to come on to me. I'll have anyone on my show. I don't give a fuck. But just because I've got some cool friends and I'm like, they do some cool shit, I'm like, do you want to come on? Like, friend, we'll have a, you are my fucking friend. Let's have a laugh and a beer. But rather than do that, let's just fucking record it. Why the fuck not? Could be gold, could be bullshit. Who knows? Right? You just don't know, do you?
You really don't. And I don't know. Some people are. That's kind of why I haven't just messed with film anymore. People aren't being safe on that, COVID or not. And I saw some people who had just such big heads, as if they knew the difference between like indie film and being an amateur is like we're all amateur. It's only gets a bad rep as if you just start blowing everyone off, not knowing your lines and not showing up. And it's just like, and there was some of these snobby actors who were like putting it all on me, and I was just like, I wasn't having any of it. I was just like, okay, you know what? You can keep using that word amateur, but you're also basically an amateur. You haven't been in anything big, so it's going to start out big, and it visually doesn't have to look great. It just has to be involving and everything. And it's just like, man,
I could have. It's a shame. I could have had the perfect film for you as well.
Please.
I'll send it you off there. This is another wild tale that's happened on the show since we last talked, but I can't even air this one. That's I can't even. Well, I think I might have spoke about it briefly, but I'll talk to you about it after. Just I'll send it you as a voice message, but it'll be the perfect film for you. You'll love it. Great. Be the best exposure you've ever had. Like the biggest exposure you'd ever get, at least. It'd be crazy. You'd be taken away, your stuff would be seized, and
it's a special set of skills.
What's the worst film you've watched this year? Someone asked that me the other day, and I couldn't really respond. But
what have I seen this year? That was bad. Let's look at the movies that are just now out.
It's difficult to pick one that's like,
if anything,
recent, right?
I'm not sure if Space Jam 2 will be any good, but I'd be less likely to be bad on to that. What just came out to HBO Max?
Yeah, Space Jam 2. I'm already not going to watch it because of the Lola Bunny controversy.
My God, was there one?
Yeah, they made a flat-chested, and the whole world complained. It was one of the only few times where the gay community and the straight community, we all got on. No one was pleased. Nobody at all.
For God's sakes.
Nobody.
I know the New Mutants was pretty forgettable bad, so
I forgot about that.
So there you go. Yeah, it was forgettable bad.
Yeah.
Hold up. Let's look up. There was a bunch of them that came out this year. Okay, 2021 movies.
Yeah, that was a strange one, New Mutants. I kind of liked it, but didn't.
Oh, Wrath of Man. Oh, definitely. Forgettable. Oh, my God. Awful.
I don't even know if I've seen that.
Guy Ritchie, Jason Statham, and just like, there was nothing to that movie. No characterization, no memorable action. I was just like, yeah, fuck it.
He's done a lot. I've spoke about him a few times, Guy Ritchie as well, and he's had some great films, but some of them are just a little bit forgetful, just because
I think he just
some of his originals are too good that you just forget about.
I don't even think he was really even original. It's just he had that same Tarantino kind of persona that people latched onto.
Yeah, he was.
I know.
Yeah, he definitely made more of an edgier sort of film. It didn't really just play up to the normal plot.
Yep. Did you see Spiral? That was hysterical.
Spiral?
And the Saw prequel that has Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson.
Saw? Like Jigsaw Saw?
Yes.
What? They made a prequel to that?
Yeah, it's hysterical, dude. You should totally watch it because it's not believable at all. And it just reminds you,
who's in it again?
Chris Rock.
What?
Yeah, he came up with the idea, and Lionsgate said, "Sure, let's make it money." I know they did a Wrong Turn remake, and I'm like, Jesus, the original wasn't good to begin with. That was a sin. I didn't think
rip-off. That was
right.
It was a
Oh, that's right, Chaos Walking. Oh my God, that was bad. Did you see that one?
But if it's got a terrible title, I'm probably not. If it's got a title like that.
So, in other words, Tom Holland, Spider-Man, and Daisy Ridley, right from Star Wars, and a pretty shitty fantasy movie that had been like development hell for a while, and then Lionsgate bought it, and you can tell that they took Doug Liman, Born Identity, Edge of Tomorrow guy, just out of the director's chair. It's not a good movie at all. Like, it's just so confusing. You don't care about anything. It's like, yeah, this is terrible.
Can't wait for the new Spider-Man.
Right? Please. Oh, you see the Virtuoso with Hell on Wheels, Anson Mount, and Anthony Hopkins. I saw people shitting on that because it sounded like an Agent 47, type movie, and I was just like, they were complaining about how it was narrated and everything. It's like, that's hardly why it's bad. It's bad because it doesn't involve you. You just feel left out.
That's your criticism?
That was the criticism. Yeah, it's narrated. I'm like, narration is acceptable, except when that's the only way you use to just kind of show off anyone, So
yeah, if you're leading the whole story like that, it's not really appealing to some.
I mean, if anything, it just wasn't a good story to begin with. So I was hardly concerned about whether they were narrating it or not. You can narrate it if there's a bunch of kills off screen and everything, if you just don't have the budget for that. But that's the other thing too. Sometimes it is just to cover up the budget, and it's just like, well, I was just more concerned about the actors wasting their time. So.
Wasting the time. Yeah, again, there's not many people that talk about films that talk about actors wasting their time. That's I guess that's probably one of the biggest things for actors in a way, because you could spend X amount of time working on a shit movie when you could have done something else.
Yeah.
Or a gamble, nothing else.
A lot of them really don't know if it will turn out well, but then at the same time, it's like, well,
that's such a problem as well. Yeah,
because they do so much of it. They invest on the name, and then the minute an actor drops out, then there goes certain amount of millions. So it's like, well,
yeah, there's actors that get paid and then literally have a contract where they get paid regardless, and then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, I can't
now we can't do this and that
because of this reason, and some bullshit reason.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, did you see Cherry? That was a pretty bad. Yeah, it's not a perverted movie. It's just about war veteran. Once again, Tom Holland himself, Spider-Man, and the Russo brothers. It was awful.
That was probably one of the greatest jokes ever. It's not perverted.
Right.
I might have to steal that. Just that little one there. That was polish that up somehow. That was a good joke.
Yeah. Here, let me send you the review. This guy really hated it even more than all of us. IndieWire. He's like, Tom Holland miscast and dismal, war movie. And like, it is pretty bad. And it's like, it's nothing that I haven't already seen done to death in, Deer Hunter, Saving Private Ryan, Black Hawk Down. It's like, if you're going to do a war movie, guys, please do something new. And half the time when I see these movies, if they're not already wasting my time, like 20, 40 minutes of people walking around in the desert, and they do something else where it's just like, how did anyone even fund this or think it stood out, Did people who make movies not watch enough movies?
Yeah, I mean, it's so strange because you say that, and like, it must be strange when you're putting it together to know it's going to be either good or bad at the end. It's so hard to predict that.
You don't know
ride
if it's
or die, isn't it?
It's that, and you don't know if the producers are just so ego-headed. It really made me tear up. I'm like, how? It was boring.
It was the Terminator. How did you tear up?
Right. I've never seen anything like it before. Clearly, you haven't seen Speed or Die Hard with a Vengeance. Or
Speed. Does that make you cry?
No, I just mean
which part?
I mean, no, but I mean just when they take a thriller idea, I'm like, yeah, they've already done this a bunch. Inside Man, Memento. Come on, guys, you have not been watching movies for a while, have you?
What was that film where they stole a car? And then they put it on the top floor or something because it was made of gold or some shit, and they had to take it out through the window or something.
Oh, it sounds like Furious 7 or something.
No, it was quite an old film. There was like robbing some guy, and he had all of his wealth was like stored in like a gold car or something. No, well, I can't remember what it was. It was like in a fucking tall skyscraper thing. It's quite an oldish film. You should know this. You're the movie buff, man.
Getting up now.
It's like it's a comedy.
Oh, perfect. Crime, comedy, golden car 70s.
It's pretty new.
Oh, pretty new.
Yeah, newish. It's not old.
Oh, I think you're talking about Logan Lucky.
Maybe.
Daniel Craig, Seth MacFarlane.
Oh no, don't think so.
Ocean's 11 guys. Has to be.
I might have to look it up. Don't worry.
Baby Driver. I don't
I'll find it.
know. I will find you. And I will watch you.
Did you ever see the Warwick Davis and Stephen Merchant, Ricky Gervais interview thing with Liam Neeson? Where
I think I saw part of it.
Is interviewing him and he wants to be a comedian and he comes up with these like jokes that are really, really dark.
Yeah, life's so short and everything. Yeah, it just like extra. It's just brilliant at just showing. Just everyone playing weird versions of themselves.
I think it's actually just called Tower Heist, really. No, it isn't.
That might be. Yeah, that has to be actually. Yeah, even though disappointingly they haven't really even get to race that bad boy car.
No, I don't think it is that.
Gotta be, dude. It's gotta be. The car's a big part of that movie. Were there car chases in this movie?
No.
Okay, then that's the one.
There wasn't many. I don't think so.
That has to be the one.
It's going to be a really obscure film.
It's kind of obscure because everyone kind of forgot about it. Red.
No, I don't think that there. I don't remember it now. I don't remember Eddie Murphy being in it.
He was kind of not. He was more of supporting.
Maybe it is.
It has to be, brother. I'm telling you.
I'm going to rewatch it like on ×3 speed and on real speed, and I'll
speed. Give me
guess.
what I need.
Do you ever try Adderall? Being from the States?
Oh, my sister swears by it.
Yeah, it's meant to be really. I mean, it's just like speed, like amphetamine, but in a small microdose pill form.
Right.
I used to be an actual speed freak, like years and years ago. So it'd probably be difficult for me to try Adderall, but I've thought about it just because it's a small tablet, you know? It's not quite what I used to take. Let's put it that way.
Gotcha.
Those kind of bumps where you stay up for 3 days, drawing just pure black artwork, you know, just
it's like
shaded black and black. Well, what an Adderall is?
That's what it sounded like. It's not. How would you describe it? Besides that,
why don't you just try like CBD instead of melatonin to try and get to sleep at night? That'd probably.
I didn't know it could do that. I thought it was just more just.
Nah, that shit will
for pain relief.
Nah, that'll put you to sleep. Especially the shit you've got in the States.
I don't know. I just haven't messed with it yet. I know others swear by it. It's like, okay, so it's good stuff.
I'd recommend it. I'm no doctor, but
yeah, you've done it.
Well, I actively smoke cannabis, and it gets me to sleep all the time, so I'm good.
Perfect. I don't know if I have to share some crazy news story with you, or if you do that.
No, go on. I like crazy stories. That's the other thing. I haven't heard any crazy stories lately.
So, I just had it here. There we go.
Is this a real story or is this a on the phone story?
No, it's a real story.
Okay. Happened in real life, not in a dream. Because I
was looking for 2021 stuff, and I just thought it was funny how Julian Assange was offered asylum by Mexico after a UK judge rejected the US request to extradite him.
I didn't know any of that.
I think that's funny.
What about John McAfee? Do you think much about that?
John McAfee.
McAfee, however you pronounce his last name. You know, the
computer programmer.
yeah,
Okay.
and obviously he essentially Epsteined himself, and you know, left this sort of trail of breadcrumbs saying that he wasn't going to do that, and you know, who
She
knows?
releases suicide note she believes is fake, according to the New York Post.
He's got like a 31 tegabyte data dump attached to some like dead man's
Dump?
switch. Yeah,
Dump.
dump.
I'm gonna take a dump.
It's very often I hear that word, to be honest.
Antivirus pioneer.
Crazy. Well, he weren't that. He was just a wild guy. He was into all sorts of crazy shit.
I wonder if he had any parties.
Probably had loads of parties. Apparently, he wasn't far from Epstein's Island at one point where he was residing. So maybe that's maybe that's why they did kill him off. Probably snuck in there and put some virus software in there. Well, you could trust me. I'm the world's best fucking cybersecurity expert. Oh, I'm not going to fuck you over, Epstein. Who do you think I am? Why would I do anything like that to you? You're not doing anything nefarious, are you?
I don't think he messed with any underage girls, but he probably
Yeah.
did do lots of snorting coke and.
Oh yeah, probably did. Probably did a mass amount of coke. He was living in some crazy jungle that was probably near some coke plantations. He probably was best friends with them. Probably had parties. Probably put their fucking cybersecurity on their computers for them. set up their VPNs. You a fan of VPNs?
Oh, I use it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone stealing my browser history.
Well, it's going to happen anyway. I don't think a VPN's that secure, to be honest.
It's not 100%, but it'll at least stop Amazon from showing you ads of what's in your shopping cart.
Yeah. Well, until Elon buys them out. He's stepped down, hasn't he, Jeff Bezos, I think? Some shit like
What
that.
hasn't Bezos said?
What? Say that again.
What hasn't Bezos done or stepped down from or done? Or
Have you seen what he looks like lately?
no, let's
He's
look
like
up.
super jacked. He literally now looks more like Lex Luthor than...
Jesus.
Yeah, looks pretty cool. He looks like he's been working out a lot.
An 18-year-old is going to space with Jeff Bezos. The person who paid $28 million to go to space can't make it next week. What the fuck?
Can't make it. Wow.
Well,
Why?
does that mean he has to return the money? I wouldn't return $28 million. Jesus.
Well, probably gets...
And
I wonder what would happen to that money. How
he
did that
and Richard
18-year-old get that fucking much cash? Jesus Christ.
privilege.
This is what I say. When people talk about privilege, you go 28 million, That's- beyond privilege.
I still think Elon Musk has the weirder face, but yeah, Bezos does look like
Weirder
Ben
face.
Kingsley meets Lex Luthor, and then
Oh,
Bill Gates just
yeah.
looks old, and Zuckerberg just has the most demented, stupid smile. And how much for Facebook to go into space?
Well, it kind of is, in a way. Astronauts can get it, I'm sure. Starlink is delivering like internet and shit, I think. And they're like satellites. Surely the astronauts are closer to it than fucking us. I bet they get like 7G speeds or something.
7G speeds.
I recently found out that 5G is going to be slower than my own internet. I was going to upgrade.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
All I did was buy like a category 7 Ethernet cable, and it bumped my speeds up like 4 times what it originally was, if not more. I was like,
Nice.
do I buy an upgrade? I'm like, no, fuck it. Got no chance. That'd be foolish. Anyway.
I'm fooling you.
Anyway, I'm going to have to shoot because it is 12:30 at night.
Okay.
Where can people follow you before we wrap this up?
Jacked Up Review Show is on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and we're down to have anyone. Just keep it civil. Talk about anything. Talk shit about anything. Just don't do any defamation of character.
Don't compromise yourself.
Right.
Well,
You can talk shit about the person, just don't tell them they are, actually motherfucker.
Well, this has been the Post-Human podcast with Cameron Sullivan and Tim Turner. And we'll catch you next time, people. Take it easy.
Timmy.